Moving on to creating the Bitbucket repository. So first of all, I'd like to imply you on the basic point. I'll show you a presentation that there are two online repositories maintenance of Git. Okay, that is nothing but Bitbucket and GitHub. So we are going to focus on both of them. Creating a repository in Bitbucket, cloning it, adding, updating, committing, removing a file, and pushing to a particular branch, creating new branches, all that thing we'll do it in the demo perspective in Bitbucket and GitHub also. But for now, I'm focusing more on Bitbucket because I have a repository in that particular website. So let's go to our website, Bitbucket. So I'll move myself to Bitbucket repository. So here I have a demo repo. So Bitbucket easily you can create with the help of Google. I have an account over here. It is Atlassian account. You can create your account over here, verify the account. And later here it has a number of things, the teams which are going to use this particular project and the repository. So my new repository which I created right now, if you want to create a repository, you just click on create repository and later you mention the repository name with the repository type. That is for now my is Git. If you want it for this is a private repository. If you want it to be shared, you just have to say like unclick this particular functionality and create it. So now let's go to my repository, that is the demo repository. So this is a demo repository. You can see we have clone, create branch, create pull request, compare fork. There are a number of features, commits, branches. Once we have some commits, additions or deletions, any files, we can see this in the right hand corner of the screen. We don't have anything for now because it is an empty repository. Here it is mentioned your repository is empty. So what I'll do, I'll create a clone of this particular repo in my local system and implement new features, create new branches and put whatever the code I just wanted to put inside this repository. So let's go to my bash prompt. So this is my bash prompt. So I'll just go to again the C drive. I'll then make a clear. Let's have a new screen absolutely. So here I'll redirect myself to the WAM folder. And inside WAM www. Okay. Now here I'm going to create a clone of that particular repository. So for cloning, let's go to my browser. Clone has a command over here, git clone and the repository path name. So I'm going to do that, copy, and I'll paste it. Okay. So I'm cloning this repo. I think it will ask for the password details and everything. So I'll just do it. I'll give the username. First I'll check out for the username. I think I forgot it for it, so I'll check over here. It is okay. So I'm logging with my Google account, that is my Gmail account, and I'm logging it to get the username and the password. It always asks for the username and the password if you want to you can say for cloning a particular directory or something. Okay, and I'm going to create a password. Okay, the current okay, first of all I'll make the changes again, and I'll clone the particular repository. Let's wait for okay. So now I made some changes in it, so let's try to clone it. I'm using with some other ID, so I'm just copying this particular keyword and again trying to clone in my system. If the authentication fails, it will absolutely not accept for the cloning thing. Okay, so let's wait for it. Yeah, the username is this, password is this. Okay, So it has cloned an empty repository for sure. So that's it's giving a warning. Okay, now I've cloned it. Let's go to my C drive and analyze if it has cloned properly or not. So this is my drive. Inside www, I've created a demo repo. Yeah, it's a clean drive. Now I'll create a new file over here. The new file will be present over here, that is hello.txt. It will have some content inside it, which is hello world. Okay, now I'm saving it. What I'll do, it is inside the master thing. So first of all, I'll initialize Git over here as I expected, like as I've explained in my previous chapter. Git init. I've initialized it, so it is inside the master directories. First of all, I'll go inside the path of this folder, that is demo repo. Okay, so we have inside master, we'll initialize it. So we have reinitialized this directory, and it's inside .git. We have all the particular information. Now what we will do, we'll check like if there are any changes. Now we created a file, if you remember, we just now created hello.txt. This is just a simple example, but in reality you will have a number of folders and subfolders and realize what are the changes which are done. So now I'll do one thing. I'll just check for the status, get status. This like hello.txt is there. Before we move on to different type of the proceedings, I would like to mention one point which is very important to understand, that Git, these operations can be worked offline. You need not necessarily to be connected to the internet as and when required for any kind of the centralized repository in like for example Tortoise SVN and everything. It is very important that you should be connected to the internet. But in Git, some changes you can do it offline, you can maintain it offline, but you cannot push it. Pushing is something which is dependent on the internet.